Hello guys, spend your time to listen to what this guy has said on this video. This video is a little bit long, but just spend your time what this guy have to say concerning this western cabal in Africa, Nigeria particular. This western hegemony, western imperialism in Nigeria. The reason why Nigeria is still where Nigeria is because even our leader has been cabal they still have western cabal that is controlling them. So this girl, she spent her time to analyze it. Please, this video might be little bit long. Just spend your time. You can learn one or two things for the girl. And a lot of people are still insulting her on the comment section. Although that is not the business for the days. Guys, check out this video.
In the light of this protest that is going on, there's something I want us to remember. Our leaders are not our problem. Our leaders are our problem. And the thing is that in this Nigeria, many of us are not even aware to these facts. And I feel like unless we become aware, we will not really know what we are fighting against. See, this country is in oppression because our leaders are puppets. Now, who are they puppets to? They are puppets to the people that created this country. I always tell people, if the white men never came, there would be no Nigeria. Think about the history of Nigeria. From the amalgamation of the Northern and Southern Protectorates by Lord Lugard, then they named this place Nigeria. This Nigeria was originally meant to be a business. That is why we don't prosper, because originally this was meant to be a business, a money-raising enterprise, before they now converted it to a country and then merged all the tribes together and gave it a name called Nigeria and then appointed leaders. So if we lose sight of this information, we forget. That's why our presidents and our governors can't do anything, because they are not even, our president self is not even the one in power. And the way the colonial masters did it, they manipulated it in such a way that you don't have anybody to meet. Like this, we are going out to the streets now to protest. We are going to call on the president, Tinubu. But you don't actually know that Tinubu is somebody's boy. He's answering to somebody. And that person, those people are the actual people that we need to fight. And I'm not saying that we should not hold our leaders accountable. We should. But you should know that on top of that, our leader, there is another leader that is even dictating what they will do. That's why this country is not a democracy. It is not, like, anybody that thinks that we're in a democracy is blind. This is not a democracy. Okay, take for instance a place in Zamfara, right? Today, I saw a TikTok of a girl saying that if you see the security personnel they deployed against the protesters, so Nigerians has this kind of security and people are still being killed in Zamfara, right? Places like Zamfara and all these northern states that have gold, keyword gold, all those places, when they are in their house, people will come, scatter their house, they'll run away, and there's so much insecurity there. Meanwhile, we have battalions of army. Why is it that the government don't dispatch any battalions of army, police to the places where they are actually needed? Why? Because they need that insecurity. They need that, disorderliness, so that the higher ups, the colonial masters, can mine gold. Like, unless we, all of us, start seeing this thing I'm saying, we will not really be free, honestly. Our problems are not just our leaders, it's the people on top of them. You see the seat of Queen Elizabeth's throne in UK that is made of solid gold. Where did that gold come from? It came from Africa. It came from Zamfara, from Nigeria. Do you think that they will be able to peacefully mine those gold if people were peacefully living in their house? No. That's the same thing that's happening in Congo today. They will cause disorderliness, they will cause havoc so that you run away and then they mine it. And the reason why the government don't say anything is because the government is their puppets. All this money we get from crude oil, palm oil, all our natural resources, where do you think the money goes to? Our leaders, our presidents, senators, they eat most of the money, but all of the money doesn't go to them. It goes to the white people that are behind this country. Like, unless all of us understand it, like, you need to understand what I'm saying. Like, you need to because for us to see any kind of freedom, we must trace it back to the roots. As at before 1901, there was no Nigeria. Nigeria is a social construct that white men created for their own gain. So far as we are still living under them, we will never see freedom. Because the real reason why they even created this country of Nigeria is to profit them. Nigeria started from the Royal Niger Company, where they used to buy and sell palm produce before they turned it to a country. So while all of us are out in the street demanding for our freedom, I want you to remember that our leaders are not the only demons we have to fight. There is another demon on top of them, which is the people that created this country, which is the people that are still benefiting from this country, and which is the people that made it in such a way that you don't even see them. They are behind the scene, controlling the strings. You don't see them. If I come out now and tell anybody that Oyibo people are the reason why we are suffering, you tell me which Oyibo. By the Oyibo people have left Nigeria since 1960. But they did not leave. They didn't leave. They are still controlling everything here. The only thing is that they appointed leaders that are subject to them. They appointed presidents that are their boy, so that they can control the presidents. And by controlling the president, they can control the economy. And by controlling the economy, they can control you. That's what is happening. So unless everybody is aware of these facts, we won't go far, because you fight the president who is just their boy, who is just doing what they asked him to do. So that's the main, like, in everything, that's the main thing. That's the main thing. Our leaders have another leaders on top of them, and those are the real people who are controlling this place and the affairs of this place. And until all of us get emancipated mentally and physically, we will not, any change we look for will only be on the surface. It will never go deep. And look at Kenyans, Kenya people. They know this thing I'm saying. They are aware of it in their country, and that's why when they fight with awareness. They don't just fight poverty and hunger. They fight for their own independence, because they know that they are not truly free. Just like us in Nigeria, we are not free. We are given the illusion of independence, the illusion of democracy, but we are not free. This is not a democracy, because if this is really a democracy, that president is not supposed to be ruling us by now. We know who we voted for. We do. But because this is not a democracy, that's why that man is there. That's why when he was contesting for election, he came out and said, "It is my turn," because he knows the dues he has paid. He knows the godfathers that he has worked for, and he knows that this country doesn't belong to us. Your vote doesn't count here. It doesn't count. He knows the true people that are running this country, and he knows that he has paid his dues and it is his turn. That's why he came out and said, "It is my turn." And truly, it became his turn. So unless all of us become aware of our real enemies, this war we will fight. We may have some victory, but we will never be truly free. And that's why I don't even ever understand people that will always give Oyibo people special treatment. Oh God, I don't even want to insult anybody. Like, the way that if you see an Oyibo person in Nigeria and you go and start treating them as if they are God, if you go to their country and they see a black person, would they treat you like that? Wouldn't they be racist to you? Wouldn't they be avoiding you because of your color? But if they come here because they're a white person, you go they behave like as if you've never seen a white person in your life. All these things are systems that they created. That's why we are so Eurocentric. That's why people want skin. That's why everybody wants to be fair-skinned. That is why. These are the problems. We have to go to the roots. And the real roots of the matter is that this our president is not our only issue. The person standing behind him, the people, and those people, I will call their names, they are the British government, the people that colonized us, the people that colonized Nigeria and converted these tribes, African tribes, merged all of us together and called us Nigeria. Those people are the real monsters that we are meant to be fighting. And the reason why it's so difficult to fight them is because they don't have a face. They operate behind our leaders Our leaders are their puppets and they use them to achieve their goals. So when the issue starts, you hold your leader responsible, not knowing that your leader is only answering to his own leader.